If you have the KICKER PXA 1000.5 or the KICKER PXA 400.4 Powersports amplifier, you can adjust the crossover and the equalizer via the KICKER Powersports Tuning application. To access the DSP tuning software, you will need to purchase the DSP programming adapter. You can find this on the KICKER website under Powersports, Amplifiers, PXA Amplifiers, then scroll down to the DSP programming adapter. Add this to your cart, and if this is all you need, proceed to checkout and fill out the necessary information to have it delivered directly to your door. You can also purchase one directly from your authorized KICKER retailer. Once you have the adapter, you'll need to download the software. Go to the KICKER Support/Tech tab, scroll to Software, then click on the KICKER Powersports Tune. Download the software, and once it's downloaded, install it onto your computer. If the application doesn't automatically open, click on the icon on the taskbar. Maximize the window, and now you're ready to begin tuning your PXA series amplifier. To connect your computer to the amplifier to adjust the software, you'll need to remove the cover plate on the bottom of the amplifier and plug in the DSP programming adapter into the socket provided. Now you need to plug a USB-C cable into the adapter and to your computer. To enable the software and the amplifier to be active, on the PXA 404, you'll need to enable dip switch number 6. On the PXA 1005, you'll enable dip switch number 8. You'll know the software is active when you see the blue LED on the circuit board. With the application on, clicking on the Settings tab will allow you to choose either between a dark or a light background theme for the application. Clicking the Setup button will bring up the amplifier linking dialog box. If I link the equalizer and the crossover on Amp 1, that means any changes made to the equalizer or crossover on the left channel are automatically applied to the right channel. You have the same option for Amp 2. With equalizer highlighted and the crossover highlighted, any changes made to the equalizer or crossover to Amp 2 left are automatically applied to Amp 2 right. The layout of the application is very simple. In the upper portion of the left column, you'll see a channel selector. This will allow you to select which channel you're going to adjust the equalizer on. The top of the screen has a frequency response chart where you can view the equalization and crossover changes you've made to each of the channels. You can turn the individual channels on and off with these tabs to allow you to see an individual channel or multiple channels at one time. If you click the crossover icon, this is where you can adjust the high pass and low pass crossover points. Making equalization changes is simple. Simply click on the channel you wish to adjust, and now you have a 5-band parametric equalizer for each of the channels you select. You can adjust the frequency, the booster cut of up to 12 dB, and the Q value from 1 to 10. Let's make some random adjustments to channel 1. If we look at the frequency response chart at the top of the screen, we can see the adjustments we have made to channel 1. Since channels 1 and 2 were linked together, if we highlight channel 2, we notice the graph exactly copies the graph in the frequency response of channel 1. Now let's make some changes to channel 3. Now, if we turn on channels 1 or channel 2, we can overlay the frequency response between the two channels to see the changes we've made to both of them. If we want to make separate changes to channel 2, we can go back to the Setup tab, unlink the equalizer on channels 1 and 2. Now, if I click on channel 2, I have a completely separate equalizer for channel 2 that I can adjust any of the settings independently from channel 1. If we select channel 1 to view on the top of the screen, we can see now channels 1 and 2 have a completely different equalization curve, and when we add channel 3, we notice that channel 3 and 4 now match each other as well. When setting the crossover points, you generally want amp 1 left and right to have the same crossover point, and same with amp 2. So let's go to the setup. Let's go ahead and link the crossover in amp 1 left and right and the crossover on amp 2 left and right. Any changes made to the left of either amp 1 or 2 will now be applied to the right channel. Next, click the crossover icon to bring up the crossover adjustment chart. Let's set a Linkwitz-Riley 24 dB per octave high-pass crossover on channel 1 and 2. You'll now notice that the same crossover point was automatically applied to channel 2. Let's set channel 3 and 4 to have the Linkwitz-Riley high-pass crossover at 24 dB per octave at 150 Hz and a 24 dB per octave Linkwitz-Riley low-pass crossover at 5 kHz. If you look at the frequency response chart, you can now see the different crossover slopes between amp 1 and amp 2. Now let's add in the subwoofer crossover. Scroll down to the subwoofer channel. Now let's give the subwoofer a 15 Hz high-pass crossover at 24 dB per octave and a 70 Hz low-pass crossover at 24 dB per octave. Now you see the response curves for the subwoofer channel, amp 1 and amp 2, all displayed on the frequency response chart. You have the option to save any settings you make to its own separate file so you can upload it to an amplifier in the future if you need to program multiple amplifiers to the same settings. To save the file, click File, Save, give the file a name, and save the file. To recall other files to download in future amplifiers, click the file icon, open, click the file you want, click open. You will see the frequency response curve is changed to the previously saved settings.